was in your
I was in
mind?
there thinking about my mother being dead. I had called my Aunt Peaches in Florida, and she tried to calm me down because I couldn't. It was like, I think at the time I just didn't have no money on the phone, so I couldn't call people myself. I was waiting, and she made all the calls for me. She found my mama. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm calling my mama phone, which I always had money on there for 15 years and 3 months straight. And she wasn't answering, but Pookie, you know, she do that. Like, she just won't answer her phone. But she didn't know that I'm calling for this reason. But then, you know, I found out that she was okay. I talked to her and all of that. And it's one of the biggest regrets in my life. I've never made my mother proud. In the sense of, like, I didn't graduate high school, walk across no stage. My little brother went to the military. I didn't do that. You know, I didn't have those moments in life where, you know, to make your mama cry happy tears and shit. Right. So I carry that moniker. I'm Pookie's son because whatever I do from now on out, I'm going to attach it to my mother. So we might have to just put a bunch of small victories together to get them happy tears, but I haven't done it yet, but I plan on doing it. And yeah, so that's what I love the most about myself, is being her son.
You don't feel like you've made your mom proud at all?
Not to the extent that I would like, no.
Okay, well, you're home and you're free and you're alive. You haven't been back. That's a proud moment for your mom.
You don't know my mom.
Hell no, I don't know Miss Pookie. I'm kind of scared to meet her.
Yo, DJ Khaaliq, let that track ride.
Welcome to the DJ Khalix Show, featuring Talk2Chante. I'm your host, Chante Martine, of course. Today we have a very special guest, Patrick, Pookie's son. Say what's up, Pookie's son.
Absolutely. What's the word, y'all? It's Pookie's son, Patrick. Here with Talk2Chante on the Khalix Show. Let's get into it.
All right, how you feeling today?
It's be decent outside. You know, it's the fall. Weather changing. I like to, you know, be able to wear my hoodies and shit. So
I like that. Rick and Morty.
Yeah. I'm
Rick
Tiny.
And Morty.
I'm Tiny Rick.
Oh, you Tiny Rick?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
For sure.
All right, look. So, Pat, let's break this down. Mm-hmm. You just got home from a joint, right?
I've been home for a little while now, yeah, but I did a little stint in the penitentiary, yeah.
How long did you do?
15 years and 3 months.
15 years and 3 months.
Yeah,
you know exact time.
You kind of remember that type of stuff.
You remember how many days it was?
No, funny story. They used to, when I first got there, I had this guy that used to walk around. He knew how many days I had, and when I gave my time back, he was like, "Man, 4,643." And it was just hilarious too because it wasn't mean spirited, but you know he had life, so it was like shit. For him, that was a hell of an outdate to have, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, how old were you when you went in?
I called my case when I was 18. I bonded out, and I went to trial when I was 19. Found guilty, went to the county out there in DuPage, and then after I got my sentence, I actually made it to the Department of Corrections when I was 20.
Okay, that's crazy, but allegedly, what were you accused of?
Allegedly,
that you didn't do.
Allegedly, I had a home invasion with a kidnapper.
A kidnapping is crazy.
Type shit.
So allegedly, can I allegedly ask why?
It was a sum of money that was allegedly owed, and you know, it was supposed to be a retrieval of the money and stuff like that or whatever for, you know, some goods or services allegedly.
So it just went left?
Yeah, I would imagine it would under them circumstances, you know. So
allegedly police were called, or just you were allegedly identified?
Actually, I was not identified. The victim in my case never identified me from any photo lineup or anything like that. They had a neighbor who lived a block away from the place of the incident, and they said that they had seen me walking down the street, which isn't a crime.
Right.
But they, you know, if you see me walking down the street, that places me at the spot where you saw me, correct?
Right.
So that doesn't place me nowhere where no crime was committed, you know what I'm saying? But it was what it was, you know. The justice system works the way that it's intended for the people that it's intended for, so, you know.
Right. Do you feel like you had a fair trial?
I mean, it was a jury, and they came with a verdict, you know what I'm saying? So that's the way the justice system works. You know, they allow people who are not versed in no legal training whatsoever to sit down and listen to facts about a case or lack thereof,
Right.
and make a choice or a decision based on somebody's life. So fair, I don't know. I got the judicial process though.
Elaborate.
You know, I was allowed to have a part in picking my jury, me and my lawyer.
Really?
Yeah. You pick your own jury. You can object to some, the state can object to some, and then you get, you know, a complete jury panel, and they bring them in, and then you go through the questions and ask objections. I mean, the regular process of a trial, I was granted that. There was nothing denied, but the application of the law, and, you know, sometimes a judge can step in and make certain directions to a jury. Hey, if you hear this or that, it means this. You know, none of that was done. But, you know, I just feel like this. You know, accountability is the biggest word in the dictionary. So sometimes you be held accountable for things, whether you were proven to done it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Wow. I mean, my heart goes out to you because that's a really long time. And you went in when you were 18?
Yeah.
Technically 18.
Basically,
and then 20, you were sent down to state.
Yeah.
So which prison did you go to?
At that time, we had the annex at Joliet. That was my first destination in prison. And then we had Stateville H House, which is where you'll go and wait on your brown bag, which is the bag to tell you what joint you're going to. I had a lot of time at the time, so I stayed in Stateville for about 90 days at the point, and then I ended up catching a couple of tickets. And
what are tickets?
Tickets are disciplinary reports. You know what I'm saying? That's
She
the
was
thing.
in there fighting?
Nah,
Allegedly?
not yet. Not even yet. I had not even put my hands on nobody yet. That's coming soon. But what it was, for one, I was in a unique situation because my grandfather was a correctional officer in that same prison for 21 years. So I got lieutenants and sergeants or whatever that was on the staff with my grandfather who had been to his house for Father's Day, and I'm serving them
That's
being
a
hot
blessing.
dog. Not so much. You know what I'm saying? Because as a man, you got to walk on your own 2 feet and stand on your own laurels. Right. I ain't gonna lie, I took the fried chicken and whatever else came with it, but you know what I'm saying? But I ain't no police nigga, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all over there on that side, I'm over on my side. So, because if this goes left, I got to treat you like any other officer, you feel me? But what happened at that time was I ended up getting some dangerous communications and stuff like that. I learned then the level of distrust you have to have for cellmates, prisoners, or whatever. Somebody had actually went into my personal property, you know, got the information for a girl I was dealing with at the time, and went to a different cell house. You know, niggas was selling letters, selling addresses or whatever to write. So they had Ruta, and, you know, just saying some outlandish things or whatever. So her people contacted the joint. They found out what happened, and they ended up giving me a dangerous communication. And so I ended up going to segregation for that under investigation. And sometimes when you get those tickets, they remove you from the joint you in when you get those category tickets. So I ended up going to a different joint. But in total, I think I was in 9 or 10 different penitentiaries.
Good Lord.
Yeah, a lot of backdoor transfers, which mean the disciplinary or stuff like that, yeah.
So you just didn't know how to act, or like, what's up, man?
I mean, you know, I felt like this. If I was going to listen to somebody, I'd listen to Pookie. So now that I'm in prison, it really is a disservice to my parents if I follow all these rules and don't got the same energy I had in the street. So, you know what they say now, you keep that, I kept the same energy. You know what I'm saying? If it don't make sense to me, I'm not going. And that's what ended up happening. I ended up getting to Mount Sterling, and I ended up catching my first staff assault down there.
Staff, like you was beating up the guards?
See, at the time, I didn't know the difference between a full supervisor or a lieutenant or a major. They're all they all got a badge. I don't know. So, rest in peace, King Bean. There was a guy down there, he was the chief of the CIs, and he had a little weed or whatever he had wanted me to take from the yard to the cell house. So I do that, and I'm smoking, I'm high, and the major, you know, I'm out there just tweaking for real because I'm young, and I'm thinking shit. Dude gave it to me like I'm good, like y'all can't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? So the major is the top cop in the joint. Like don't know the difference between him and the dude that just gave me my corn.
You whooped the head honcho ass.
So the man, you know, was asking me to vacate the foyer area, which is where I was in Fo House, and he like, man, go back on the deck, and I'm waiting on the worker to come so I could You know what I'm saying? Pass off the move that I got because I got to get this to where it's going, you know? So I'm like, all right, hold on. He like, you don't tell me to hold on. And he got real aggressive with his finger. Like, you know, real aggressive with his finger. And I just had to tell him, like, listen, man, you could talk to me without touching me. And he got into this, you know, soliloquy about, oh, y'all think y'all tough. Because I was actually in phase. At the time, they had a phase jumpsuit that let them know you had just got to the joint. So he must have thought I was pussy or, you know, whatever. So I had to tell him, if you touch me again, I'm going to break your finger. And he rolled that little balled up, crinkled motherfucker up again. And I grabbed it and I bent it back, pushed him to the floor. And I told him, we can do it in your office or wherever you want to do it. Because mind you, my grandfather was a CO, so I know, you know, my granddaddy done told me stories about, we can get it like this if you want to. But I guess he didn't want to get it like that, so he leaves. And I do what I had to do, get in the cell, and I land in the bunk. I'm just chilling, thinking like I'm 1-0. You know what I'm saying? I'm 1-0 in the joint. And I'm laying down. Mind you, this is Major Caldwell. He is not only a major, he is the commander of the SORT team, which is the emergency response team. So I'm laying in the bed just, you know, counting my victory. And I hear something from the walkway. It says, huh. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Now, my Sally, he's so funny. He older, you know, he got a B number, which means he been in the joints, you know, before I got there. He knew what the sound was. He knew what was going on. This is how they come down the walk.
Like they actually make that sound?
This the sound that they making. So I've never seen it, ever heard of it. So he get in the bunk and roll over. So he know they not only that they coming, but from what I just told him, he know why they coming. He ain't told me shit. That's what I told you, know, he ain't told me shit. And they hit the door so fast and hard, they got these wood oak sticks. And it's like, you know, when they hit you for the...
Yeah, for the thing in your school with the stethoscope.
When they hit you with that oak stick, your whole body vibrates. So, and then by the end of the situation, I was 0-1. You know what I'm saying? I had to readjust my record in the joint because they beat me from Full House all the way to administration building, macing me all in my mouth, you know, handcuffed me to the chair and the stool and the seg. And then they didn't even take me to healthcare. They put me in a van and drove me straight to Pontiac, a whole nother prison 2 hours away.
You thought shit was sweet.
I thought I was finna die. I had mace all on me, my skin burned. They didn't wash it off or nothing. They threw me in the van on the floor and drove me to Pontiac. Because this is, I had just whooped Donald Trump. Put it like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Trumpers got me, so yeah.
Wow. I'm glad you've made it out alive from that experience. Yeah. Okay. What was your favorite prison? That's not too star far.
K3, for sure.
That was your shit, huh?
For shit show.
Okay.
Hey, if you know, you know. So Stateville is more, everybody got a joint, right? The Vice Lords had a joint back in the day, which was Pontiac. The folks had a joint, which was Stateville. So there was a lot of things that resonated from the old days to the time when I came to the penitentiary, right? The homosexuals got a joint, the stool pigeons got a joint, the child molesters got a joint, real niggas got a joint. And that's Stateville Correctional Center, man. Shout out to K3.
That was the first one you went to?
No, I went back.
Okay.
I went back. I had to get back to Stateville. I went back in 2008.
Okay. Yeah. And that's where you was released from?
No, I was released from the place where I caught my first staff assault, which was Mount Sterling. I went back there too, yeah. So when you go on the disciplinary transfer, you go in a negative way.
Okay.
You feel me? So it's not like, I had one progressive transfer, which is positive, and that was from Menard to Jacksonville. Okay. But other than that, you know what I'm saying, all my transfers were disciplinaries.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because once I went to Pontiac for the staff assault, that's the worst. Other than Tams, right? This is the worst segregation that you could go to. They throwing feces, urine.
That's called a Bogduki. What's that called?
Nah.
What's that called?
At the time, you know, I don't know how they do it. I don't know. I ain't do it. You know what I'm saying? But this is what's going on around me. You feel me? Like, I'm walking on the gallery, you know, in the North House. the first 16 cells is a plexiglass window because they observation cells. And I'm walking down the gallery. I'm seeing guys trying to mutilate themselves, taking bones, trying to stick it in their orifices, you know what I'm saying, front, back, side to side, whatever they doing. It's guys in there biting on themselves, trying to choke themselves with, you know, jumpsuits and things like this. And once I made it through that, it kind of like, this all y'all get? This the worst y'all could do to me. Oh shit, run it. Anytime I feel like any type of way, man, run that SIG. Let's do it. Police, inmate, staff, and like I say, my number R22624. Anybody that was in any joint anywhere with me, there is no other story to tell other than the one I'm telling. Like, ain't nobody could never tell you I ducked nothing, ran from nothing, didn't lose. You feel me? And that ain't cause, you know, I'm to my own horn. I'm just saying, like, this, the stories that I tell, this how it went.
Shit could be fact checked, y'all.
And yeah, R22624, I'm Lil Pat, I'm Project. You know what I'm saying?
Son.
For shit show. And anybody that was there with me, like, people know the timeline that I was in prison. And it's guys that's gonna see this, that's on my Facebook page. Call my bluff.
I don't want to call you bluff.
You feel me? No, they was there. They synced it. The things, and we did things together. And I don't have no negative story. That's why I can sit here and talk about it. Right. It's a lot of guys that'll be sitting in this chair pooping, you know, having a little gas, bubble guts, because you know your life wasn't right. You know you did things you shouldn't have done, you know. You ducked a lot.
Okay, speaking of ducking a lot, look, so I've heard in the pen, I'm not quite sure which one it is, but it's an inmate called Big Spicy. Tell me a little bit about Big Spicy.
Yeah.
How big was Spicy, and why did they call him Big Spicy?
Rest in peace, Big Spicy, Lord. Spicy actually passed away a little, maybe about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. How big was Big Spicy? I met Spicy. Damn, that's crazy. You know about Spicy. But I met Spicy in Galesburg, which is Henry Hill Correctional Center. I was working on the line, and I was passing out diabetic snacks, which is they get them before lunch or dinner, you know, to keep their sugar up. And his real last name is Spicer. So that's where Big Spicy came from. He had caught a case down in like southern Illinois somewhere. Big Spicy had like 3 natural lives plus 200 years. Like, he diabolical nigga. Caught a couple jailhouse murders. You feel me? Okay. Yeah. So I had heard, now mind you, I'm not knowing the nigga real, for real. Because they got a story about shit eating Benny. You know what I'm saying? This guy that's supposed to eat people shit. And then they had stories about Big Spicy. You know what I'm saying? Then you hear stories about Mae West and Mongoose. You know what I'm saying? I know Mongoose a real dude. You know, he be from the village and shit. So I didn't know if this Big Spicy story was real. Everybody said it was. So I'm in the line, and one of the guys I work with, he like, man, Joe, get the diabetic snacks. He like, get Spicy too. I said, get Spicy too. He like, yeah, Big Spicy finna come through the line, give him 2 snacks. He get 2. I said, Big Spicy. I said, he just look, he like, yeah. So like now, you know, I got to put my extra gangster on, you know, cause this Big Spicy, and I know what he do. So, but I'm trying to be as disrespectful as possible and handing him these snacks.
You disrespect somebody named Big Spicy?
Man, I'm trying to let him know.
Big Spicy sound like he's 7 feet.
Big Spicy was actually 6'7".
Right.
With a hunchback, he was 6'4".
Big show type shit, man.
About 310 pounds, solid muscle. But I'd never seen this nigga before. Cause you might hear a nigga named Big Monster, and this nigga come out the chow hall. He 5'7". You got to show me. Yeah. You feel me? So he come. First I said, damn. You know, I have never seen a human this big before. It was like not an athlete, but just like a regular nigga. Yeah. You're just a human. You don't play sports or nothing. You just big for shit. So I got the bags. I get the bags and I stick it out. This one I knew shit was real. The nigga grabbed both the bags, my little ass hand, and most of my forearm with his one hand. And anybody that ever seen Spicy know this is the God honest. This is a huge human being, and I had to snatch my shit back. Man, get up off me! What the fuck is you doing? And he like, my fault. Any of the old niggas that was freaky G, they got this laugh. My fault. It ain't shit funny though. And he got his bags and he went on. But Spicy really was one of the people that created this narrative about the booty bandit thing, because he was doing that. Mind you, I told you he caught a couple murders in the joint. Mm-hmm. So he was in Pontiac, and they had enough of Spicy. And they sent somebody to do something to him. I believe it was 4 people. You know, I wasn't there at the time in prison, but this story is verifiable too. They sent 4 people. I think it was like Benny Lee and them, you know, whoever had the joint for him at the time, and some more people, because it had to be a group of people to go deal with this nigga. And they sent 4 people that's supposed to kill Spicy, and I believe he killed 2 of them, and the other 2, he stabbed them up. And the story, the legend of Spicy goes, he told them, next time, send your best ones. And that's...
Damn, Big Spice.
Yeah.
Big Spice.
Big Spicy,
Rest
Lord.
in peace to Big Spice.
Yeah, you got, I mean, you know, he was who he was, but, you know, that was impressive.
How old was he?
Spicy came to the joint sometime in the 70s because he got a C number. So just doing regular math, that'll make 50 years that he would have been in prison. Let's give him 23 years old when he got there. So he would have been in his 70s right now, 75, 76, yeah, for sure. And I can only imagine what type of hell he was giving them people when he was in his 30s and he was standing up straight. So yeah, that changed my mind on a lot of shit too.
Like what?
Like what can't happen to you in the joint. Cause everybody, man, shit, ain't no nigga doing nothing to me, and woo, and it'll never be me. If Spicy was in your cell, whatever was gonna happen,
whatever Spicy wanted to happen was gonna happen.
So that's the first time I realized that I would call the police. You know what I'm saying? That was the very first time I said shit. Because to be honest, there's head up, one-on-one. There's nothing you could do as a human being in a cell with that nigga. First of all, I'm not going in there. And if they bring him to where I'm at, I'm not standing. I'm getting out right when you bring him. And I'm called shoot the gun.
Right.
That's what we say with the gun type. Shoot the gun.
Right.
You know, I'm not. So yeah, he changed that just seeing. And I had realized I had been so disrespectful to people who had been harmed by him. Because I'm man, nigga, y'all let that nigga. It wasn't no let.
So,
it wasn't no let.
He had his whole hand on your arm.
The man had my hand. 2 brown snack bags. He grabbed them and had this hand, wrist, and probably about this much. Like his hand was like a catcher mitt. And then he was a diabetic, so it's swollen too.
Damn.
Man, that was the most uncomfortable I felt in the penitentiary since the first being in squat.
Did you ever like be nice to him, be friends with him? Like,
nah, I ain't fuck with him. After that, like, you know what I'm saying? That was because I had I never did diabetic trays again after that.
Right.
Like, I never wanted to be nowhere around a nigga like him.
Okay.
You feel me?
So he just made you
that shit made me a skin crawl.
Spunked off. Skin crawl is crazy.
Nah, type shit.
Oh, okay. Well, rest in peace, Big Spicy.
Yeah.
Damn. Now.
You can take a minute. I know that's a lot.
Because that's crazy. I've heard lots of things about Big Spicy, but I'm not glad you know what I'm saying, was there to verify, but that is
he's a real person.
Breathtaking. He definitely was a real person. Now, look, you from the city, right? Chicago.
Yeah.
We from Chicago.
But I lived in Aurora. I moved to Aurora. My mother bought a house out here when I was I was like 13, 14. So I was out here for like 5 years before I caught that case.
Okay, 5 years. That's a good time though. It was a lot of time. You wasn't out with new iPhones and all of that, but you was out though. Yeah. So, which prison? I'm not sure if you know. You have to know who B.D. Strawberry is.
Dion.
Yeah. B.D. Strawberry. So I heard he had him. Like ain't nobody messing with him. I don't know why he in there, if he in there now, but I do know of B.D. Strawberry. If you know a little bit about B.D. Strawberry.
Dion a real person too, and that's crazy. It's so crazy, like the people that who name ring in the street for the penitentiary, that's wild. But he a real person too. He young, shorty young.
What's young to you?
Well, at the time, when I was seeing Dion, you know, he come through the Audi home and all the little DOCs and all that, but I wasn't in the little DOC system. When I seen Dion, it was probably 2010, so I'd have been 27. He was like 20, 21, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Coming straight from, he had come from little DOC to Pontiac, and then to Stateville. But he, like I say, remember I was doing my running count, you know, by the time I got to Stateville, then I was probably like a good 6-0, 7-0. Dion was probably 30-0. Shorty was probably like 30 or 31-0. Now, mind you, again, you hear about, we knew who he was from people talking. Oh, man, there goes Strawberry. And I'm like, well, y'all. But that's his name, though. Like, Andy Beatty, and like I say, people tell their story walking about, oh, well, he ain't. Not nan nigga that was in the joint with him told him he wasn't BD.
I know they
I'm going to be honest. He was in Stateville Correctional Center. It was niggas back there. He was not in NIC. I'm talking about behind the wall. He was in the maximum security prison with niggas doing 1,000 years. And
1,000 years is crazy.
Type shit. So I seen with my own eyes him beat the jumpsuit up off a nigga. Beat the clothes off his celly. And his celly, Dion, and I don't know, like I say, mind you, you'll hear this story. And how big do you think this man is? I
would say maybe 6'1", 6'2".
When I seen, I don't know if whatever, when he was in Stateville with us, this man was about 5'5", probably 90 pounds. Probably 90 pounds. You hear me? Probably 90 pounds. They didn't have a jumpsuit for the little nigga. You heard me? Because F House is a round circular, it's like one of the only structures in the world where it's a complete circle cell house. Every cell can see into every other cell. So you hear, you know, it's a distinctive sound when people get to fight. It's like skirt, skirt, skirt. Like if you was at a basketball court. Yep. So when people hear that, they come to the door. And this day, it was showtime.
Showtime.
It was showtime for shorty. This was the day when we was finna find out if what they... Listen, I watched that man, he Roy Jones this celly, and I ain't never seen precision punches in a cell because you have a very small, it's an 8x10.
Yeah.
With a bunk, he in there piecing that man up so decent. I'm talking about boom, then the lights went off. The lights go off. I don't know what was going on. The police, I swear to God, the police drag his celly across the flag, which is the flow at F House. They got him. Jumpsuit come with 2 sleeves and 2 legs. That's the way they make them. The man had a sleeve missing off the leg and the back part ripped out. I said, I don't know what, he beat the jumpsuit off that nigga up in there. So Shorty's real, his Dukes is certified, he's a real person.
Dang.
He's a real person.
These Strawberry, they vouching for you, gang. They vouching for you. What?
I mean, you know, people, and like I say, people tell their story walking. I ain't seen no nigga whooping. I ain't
so
seen no
crazy.
Nigga
you say he 5'5".
Shorty was little as fuck.
What? Is he still in right now?
I
think he just
Shorty,
went back or something like that.
I just seen he was trending on the social medias probably like 3-4 months ago, and it was just the funniest shit ever to me. But he never do, like, he don't be having like murders and shit. Shorty just be going to jail. He just go to jail, you know.
Just go to jail. Yeah. Just go to jail. It's crazy.
He just go to jail, and he be always in that bitch.
Crazy. Well, one thing you learned while you was in there that you take with you now. I know of the many lessons that you...
Morals. Like, being...
Would you say you had no morals before you went in?
Nah. As a child, you don't have man's morals.
Right, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of guys out here in the world that could stand to do about a nickel in the joint just to give them that standard of certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things we do in prison or don't do in prison that's just freely done out here. Like, we don't, it's a thing that we got called rat packing and backbiting, right? We don't discuss niggas with other niggas. That'll get you hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, if me and you sitting here, it's like this. Should no man be in a room that his feet ain't in? His name, so many man's name shouldn't be in a room that his shoes ain't in. You feel me?
Yeah.
So if me and you was sitting here having a derogatory conversation about a member or another person, period, that's not here, that'll get us hurt. You niggas need to stop talking about niggas that's not around y'all when y'all be talking, because that shit weird. And it's like, it became normal out here in society to disrespect people verbally, thinking that that's what's up. So we didn't do no rat packing or no backbiting, you know. certain hygiene things that, like.
It's a few of y'all men that can stand some hygiene tips. Not even just men, women as well.
Because, in there, you usually got a cellmate. So it got to be another person that's comfortable with your hygiene to live in the cell. You know what I'm saying? Fathers, your bathing. You know what I'm saying? Guys be having a little smell to them. They don't wash their clothes. Like, it wasn't, like, we didn't do that. Like, you couldn't do that.
Right.
Imagine, I'm a kid going there. So I ain't going to lie. Ain't no young niggas just super clean like that. You get there and you think you clean until you have to live to another person's standard of clean.
Right.
As far as cleaning the cell, making sure your laundry, you don't let laundry build up. Like, I'll do the laundry on Friday and Saturday. In the joint, you can't do that.
Right.
Because ain't nobody going to want to sit around his laundry and your laundry for no week. Two grown men, you feel me?
Yeah.
So I just feel like, just common courtesy. As we eat, you know what I'm saying? Not reaching over people's food or speaking over people's food or having bodily functions while somebody eating. Like, I be seeing people, they be burping and fighting while people eat. Like, that's weird. Like, in the joint, that's the type of stuff that get your jaw broke.
That's so crazy.
Real quick, because you're disrespecting my like my manhood, being around me, just doing any random thing. Like, people do random shit out here. In the joint, ain't nothing. You don't do random things. Now, mind you, it's some play joints. You get to Jacksonville, and you get to Big Muddy, East Sweet Mo. A lot of the work camps where people play like that. I've been to all the Max joints, Menard, Stateville, Pontiac. They don't play like that back there. Even you get to Galesburg, Lawrence, Pinckneyville. The medium maxes. They don't play like that. You get yourself hurt, and it's like, I don't feel like violence is the key to nothing, but it definitely makes sure that you understand what to do and don't do. You know what I'm saying? So I learned a lot of moral and respect as a man, and what to expect in the forms of respect from another man. Right. It's certain things that you just can't say me.
Right.
It's certain things you just can't tell me as a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I go there to that extent about that. And like I said, can't nobody tell you nothing different. So call my bluff. Like, when you see it, post a comment. Right. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me you did something to me, like disrespectful, or you said something to me and then we didn't handle it. And get somebody else to say they saw it too. Don't just come on here lying.
Get somebody to vouch for you. Yeah. Get you a co-defendant. Yeah. Okay, so with all that said, tell me one thing that you love about yourself. This is Talk2Chante.
Type shit. I mean, I'm Pookie's son. Like, that's a
tell us who Pookie is.
That's my mama. That's Marilyn Jo Davis. And that's the daughter of Nora Lee West. Like, my mama is a great person. And I say I'm Pookie's son because, when I was a kid, I looked like my mama. So the first people, when they see me, that's Pookie's son. I ain't have a name. Right. You know what I'm saying? Till I was like 10. Because after that, I had a brother that's older than me named John. So everybody, when they come to get us, it's John and Patrick. Because John and Patrick, I didn't have my own name, so I was like 10. Okay. But when I was in prison, the main support I had was my mother. Financially, with the lawyers, the visitation, the phone calls, and she heard it so much going through that with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lost my granddaddy, my uncle, a lot of people while I was in joint, but my mama was always there, and it was a crazy story. I was in Jacksonville, and I want to make sure I get this part right, because like I say, everything is factual, it's checks. I think it was OJ. Shout out Solo City OJ from the low end. He had made a 3-way call for me. It either had to be him or rest in peace PB, but I think it was OJ. He had made a 3-way call for me. And the people that they call my cousin Q gonna see this too. Q, you did that. It was 2 Maryland Davises that worked at the post office. And one of them passed away. And it was a big thing because, the post office is a main, job in the city of Chicago. My mama worked at the main post office. She was a postal worker for 34 years. So when he saw that Marilyn Davis had died, he called back the number from the 3-way and said, man, tell my little cousin, call me, his mama died. Damn. So I'm walking through the day room playing poker in Jacksonville. And the guy walk up, OJ, I swear to God, OJ, everyone you tell me. But I'm pretty sure it was OJ. He like, man, so your people that Carl said, man, like, he ain't even know how to, like, man, your mama died. So, obviously, she didn't. But for 3 hours,
you was in there losing your
I was in there thinking about my mother being dead. fucked me up. I had called my Aunt Peaches in Florida, and she tried to calm me down because I couldn't. It was like, I think at the time I just didn't have no money on the phone, so I couldn't call people myself. I was waiting, and she made all the calls for me. She found my mama. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm calling my mama phone, which I always had money on there for 15 years and 3 months straight. And she wasn't answering, but Pookie, you know, she do that. Like, she just won't answer her phone. But she didn't know that I'm calling for this reason. But then, you know, I found out that she was okay. I talked to her and all of that. And it's one of the biggest regrets in my life. I've never made my mother proud. In the sense of, like, I didn't graduate high school, walk across no stage. My little brother went to the military. I didn't do that. You know, I didn't have those moments in life where, you know, to make your mama cry happy tears and shit. Right. So I carry that moniker. I'm Pookie's son because whatever I do from now on out, I'm going to attach it to my mother. So we might have to just put a bunch of small victories together to get them happy tears, but I haven't done it yet, but I plan on doing it. And yeah, so that's what I love the most about myself is being her son.
You don't feel like you've made your mom proud at all?
Not to the extent that I would like, no.
Okay, well, you're home and you're free and you're alive. You haven't been back. That's a proud moment for your mom.
You don't know my mom.
Hell no, I don't know Miss Pookie. I'm kind of scared to meet her.
To whom much is given, much is expected. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got no bad luck stories.
That's
from,
good.
From childhood.
That's
you know, I had triple fat goose coats and Perry Ellis jackets. Like, you know, we grew up in the inner city. Like, I was born in St. Stephen's Terrace in the projects. But my mom, as a single mother, moved us from there to Academy Square. Shout out to the Square. And then, you know, she made everything happen to where, you know, she was progressing. And, like, first time I ever seen $100,000. I'm with my mama. And, you know, it's a Sunday. No, it's like a weekend day or whatever her off day was or whatever, because she worked a lot. She was like, man, ride with me. And I know if she say ride with me, I'm going to get probably a little pair of shoes or, you know what I'm saying, because it was definitely Payless, but I would give me a little pair of shoes and something to eat.
Hey, Payless is hard.
We go to the Citibank downtown, and the first time I ever seen a safe deposit box. And, you know, she'll probably hate me to tell this story. It was the first time I ever seen $100,000, and it was not in cash. She went in there, and she pulled that box out. She bust the box down. They brought her a little thing, and she checked, and the balance to that was 100 and something. So while most men or whoever first time seeing some money like that, it was a nigga or, you know, Eddie and Pianchi or Jack Bobo. Pookie showed me my first 100.
Oh, that's hard. I love that for you.
Pookie showed me my first 100, and my brother showed me my next one, you know. They say my granddaddy was a millionaire twice, though, you know.
That's so cool.
My mom, but that's kind of fucked up, because in order to be a millionaire twice,
you
then
had to be
and lost it.
But look,
that's
you got
her
it right
daddy.
back.
Yeah. Shout out to my granddaddy. He had Mr. D's Lounge on Roosevelt and Kersey. He sold Mac from Mac's Record Shop. The first record store he had on Madison Lawn, that used to be my granddaddy property. He sold him that, you know. My family did a lot. You know, I was in a movie with Oprah. Like that's why I say, like,
Oprah Winfrey?
Yeah, you heard of her?
A little bit.
Yeah, type shit.
Which movie?
I was in There Are No Children Here. They shot it in the Hornets.
Wow.
You heard of that movie?
Yeah, I have.
I was in there. Check it out.
That's crazy.
I was in there. I was supposed to have the lead role.
I think they showed us that in school.
They probably did. I mean, it was a Chicago-based movie. There was real people.
Yeah.
I was supposed to have the lead role, but they ended up getting somebody with a little more experience or whatever like that. So when I say I haven't made my mama proud, it's not based off no other mother. I'm talking about my mama.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
up to Pookie standards.
Right. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, Mr. D daughter. I'm talking about Nora Lee Webb. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, the people that she's seen so much. You know what I'm saying? I had an uncle named Prajo. Prajo, man, one of them dudes. You know, this is the type of stuff that my mama don't much. You know, my mama built a house from the dirt, designed it herself. You know what I'm saying? So normal shit wouldn't make, especially for me. You know, she expected a lot from me. As the son that she knew, you know, I went to Skinner Elementary. It was an accelerated learning classes. You had to test in there, shit like that. Like, I had a trajectory.
Right.
I didn't meet it, you know, because of my own choices. And it wasn't because, oh, man, I was out there hustling. We had oxtails, gang. You feel me? Like, we had a pantry.
I've had oxtails once in my life.
Man, we used to eat them once a week, you know. Pook didn't play. We ate, you know what I'm saying? And my father, you know, Henry Lee, my mama got married, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't have that story to tell. Anybody that know me, we had a house in Stonebridge.
Right.
This is 97. This is $250,000 house. Negroes.
So you was just one of them kids that had it all, and you just chose to just go be bad as hell for what reason?
I mean, I'm gonna say I had all the resources. Yeah, like my mama wasn't one of them people that you don't get to build a house on the ground by spoiling children.
Of course not.
You know what I'm saying? So we didn't have it to the point where like, oh, everything that come out I get. But if it was time to buy a coat, I had a coat. You feel me? Like I had a coat.
You had the resources. Most people don't have or didn't have. That's why I say I don't.
Let's get this straight. I did not get it out the mud. Like I never lived in the mud. You know what I'm saying? Even the people that, you know, when I was living in Chicago, like I'm like my homegirl Rose will say, man, I'm from the West Loop. I ain't even from that. I'm from the West Loop, fam. Like it wasn't that.
Get it straight. Hold on.
Yeah, we went to, you know, like I said, I was born somewhere. You know, our school was in the village, but I am from the West Loop. Like it wasn't horrible for us.
Right.
You dig? It's just I had seen like having a mother that works as much as my mom did, and a stepfather as well. He was a respiratory care therapist, so they working 16-hour shifts. Mm-hmm. And when we moved from Academy Square, we moved on Racine and Roosevelt, 1039 South Racine. There is no parental, supervision around here.
Right.
We at alleys, we kicking it, we out all night because they out all night at work or asleep or whatever. So I'm starting to see things. Roosevelt Road, something different. Like I stayed on Van Buren and Loomis, but when we moved down there on Roosevelt, now you seeing some shit. You seeing it, you know what I'm saying? And it's like now you open it's Pandora's box. You start seeing different stuff. And that's why she told me if I don't get into Whitney Young, we're moving. Because when she bought that house and built it from the ground up, it was a building on the corner of Racine. If I would have got into Whitney Young, she was going to buy the building on the corner. So our whole like family, you know what I'm saying? The demographic changed based on me getting into a school or not.
So did you get in or no?
Absolutely not. I did not make it into Whitney Young, which was my dream school because I grew up across the street from Whitney Young. Like I seen orange and blue dolphins every day in my school. After I transferred from Jefferson in the village, I went to Skinner, which is kitty corner from Whitney Young. Okay. So every day it was Whitney Young for me.
So what, you just didn't have no references, or you just didn't care about your academics? No, like you should've?
My school, I would have went to high school at 7th grade. Okay. That's how Skinner and Whitney Young did. But you had to have 4.0 and perfect behavioral.
And all of that.
And I ain't have it. I ain't have it. Shout out to the ones that made it to Whitney Young, because that was tough. But I ain't make it. But yeah, no, like, you know, I made decisions on my own. Like I chose to do things. You feel me? Like, and then coming from there to here, and you know, man, it's a lot of police blotters, you know what I'm saying, that I filled up on my own just by feeling like I was up a step when I came out that way, you know? Yeah. And it was just bad. Like I didn't use the resources the correct way. But in prison, I can't say I'm proud of this though. In prison, I created a resource management course.
Go ahead.
In Menard, in Menard. In me, Firebug, Red, and rest in peace, Face. His last name Nelson. I forget Face's other name, but his last name Nelson. But I had to get good time back at the end of my bid. Okay. So the counselors was like, man, Joe, you got to do something, because that's how I ended up with the 15 years and 3 months, because I only supposed to do 15. But I had the staff assaults, the dangerous disturbances, dangerous communications, STG, which is security threat group gangbanging, stuff like this. So they like, listen, if you could get into some type of school in the woo-woo. So we did the resource management course. They let me take it up there to the Hill, which is the medium security. And in there, I was, you know, basically told people, like, you know, identifying what a resource is and how to use it, how to cultivate it, how to share it, what to do with a resource, because I fucked mine up. You know what I'm saying? And that was my biggest kind of regret. Like, if I'd have came out here, like, I got a little brother right now. I call him my mama's son because I don't talk to him. But shorty, like, he got it. He was 4 years younger than me and my other brother. You know what I'm saying? My older brother kind of like, we fumbled the bag. But the little one, he caught it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it was because I made sure he caught it. Like, a lot of the things that I was doing, I didn't allow him to do. Or situations that occur.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Or situations occur where he had to make that decision whether he was going to
jump off the porch and follow you
or do anything. You know, I didn't let him do anything. Like I fight your fights. You know what I'm saying? You don't fight, you go to school, you do good. Like I'm gonna do all that with grown. If he said, you know, my mama's son, you know what it was. Like I'm with adults.
Yeah.
You know, they put my little brother in the police car one day for a fight. I opened the door, get him up out of here. That's what I say. It's like you have to be, you know, a certain type of person. You know.
Right.
And like I say, that's that.
I'm sure one day your brother will show gratitude.
Yeah.
I'm sure he will.
Hey, look. Shout out to my mama's son.
It's all love. It's all love around here, baby.
Yeah.
Well, do you still have the resource course for you now?
No, so when you leave the penitentiary, me personally, or most people, you don't take nothing but what you need. So there was a little manual, and it wasn't just me myself. It was, you know, Firebug, and they kept it down there to have an extra course for them guys to go and get some good time credits. But it's in Menard. Anybody that's in Menard on the hill, Sergeant Wolf, Lieutenant Farrell, all them, you know, they know. We had a class down there that we was teaching.
Okay. Now, any projects you working on now? Any projects I'm working on right now, you know, I still got the Welcome to the Projects podcast that I'm still trying to streamline. That's why I'm hanging around those that know, you know, trying to get it together because I got some things. But I swear to God, like I really just would love to be in a space where I can, you know, disseminate information for those who have loved ones incarcerated, for those who coming home, those who are on their way, and just give people the actual facts about what it is. Because there's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of negative, you know, stereotypes and things of that nature. Like we get called institutionalized. I don't believe everyone comes out institutionalized.
But even if they did, right? What do you call a guy who comes home from the Marines?
A guy that comes home from the Marines?
Yeah.
Some
high top fade cut. They walk a certain way. They wear their clothes a certain way. They eat real fast.
Okay.
Do you know that if you put the process of going into the military and the process of going to prison side by side, it's exactly the same?
I believe you.
Do you know, remember what the guy told you I beat up at first, the major? Mm-hmm. You know, if you go to the military, you know what your commanding officer is?
Major.
The major.
Okay.
Oh, shit. You know, we wear uniforms every day, right? Mm-hmm. What they wear every day?
Uniforms.
Now, I'm not saying that we soldiers or, you know, shout out to the military and thank you for y'all service. But what I'm saying is when we come home and act a certain way based off what we've lived through, we're institutionalized in a negative connotation. Right. When you see a Marine, you salute them and say thank you for your service, and they act the exact same way that we do. It's the same thing. Chow Hall.
Same thing, but one is working for the government and one is kind of thrown in there by themselves, but government. You know.
But if you know what you know, we work for the government too. We make more money for the government than the Army. Just to be honest.
Wait. We'll save that for another day.
Put a pin in that.
Pat, did you like talking to Chante?
Absolutely. It's very, 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 very inspirational and pleasure. You know, it was good.
Thank you. I absolutely adore the fact that you're out and you're being a productive member of society.
Thank you.
And it don't seem like you want to go back because you want to make Pookie proud. Shout out to Pookie.
Yeah, shout out to Pook.
And I look forward to seeing you rise above with your podcast. Go ahead, shout out to
the Welcome to the Project Welcome to the Projects podcast. Free JoJo because it's two of us. That's why it's Welcome to the Projects. Free little project, man. He'll be home soon, hopefully, and stay home this time.
He'll be home soon.
Because that's what's holding me up.
We'll talk. That is all for the episode of the DJ Khaaliq Show featuring Talk2Chante. I'm your host, Chante Martine. Until next time.